This week marks 10 years since the big four hurricanes, Charley, Frances, Ivan, and Jeanne, began making landfall in the southeastern states of Florida and Alabama. These storms caused billions of dollars in damages, said to be the costliest on record at that time. The Salvation Army met the needs of many by mobilizing hundreds of mobile feeding units and field kitchens, including thousands of disaster workers to provide food, water, and emotional and spiritual care. At the time, Commissioner Steve Hedgren was the Florida Divisional Commander and said, "We were mobilized on a scale we had not seen since Hurricane Andrew and privileged to have tremendous support from our friends in local, state, and federal government." With each hurricane making landfall roughly 10 days after the last, the greatest challenge was moving personnel and equipment from one side of the state to the other. Resources were constantly shifting, but the volunteers and workers never lost sight of what needed to be accomplished. Majors Jeanne and Deborah Gessner were Army leaders in Port Charlotte, Florida. The two of them and members of the congregation took refuge in the Salvation Army Church as the storm struck.
We gathered our congregation that was here and our family, which was about 12 people, and went to the chapel. We watched the newscast on TV, and then as the winds started picking up, we gathered everybody up front and prayed for God's protection and to hold the walls of the building. And then when the lights went out, except for the cross, we gathered behind the cross, which there's a wall there, and we huddled to get together and just felt an awesome peace and presence of the Lord. And as the winds were picking up and things were chaotic, and we had some children with us, but you know, the children did not cry, they didn't scream, they were fine. And we just all sensed that we were, no matter what was happening around us, we were going to be all right. And when we also noticed that the cross, even when the lights went out, the cross light didn't go out for a long time.
In closing, we turn to 1 Chronicles. Look to the Lord and His strength. Seek His face always. Thank you for watching. For Salvation Army Today, I'm Roberta Simmons Smith. God bless.